Hello and welcome to the Football Talk Exchange. I am your host Shubham Thakkar and today we have some FPL tips for all the FPL players, and even if you are not an FPL player you might fancy watching this video till the end. So we'll be giving tips for chip strategies, which chips to be used, the bench boost, triple captain, free hit, wildcard there's no point using, we'll come to that later, and a lot more in today's special video for FPL tips. So let's start off with game week 30 itself. Game week 30, as we know, is a double game week. So if you did not know already, 4 teams will be playing 2 matches in this game week. The teams are Sheffield United, who will be playing Aston Villa. Man City will be playing Arsenal as the additional fixture. So these 4 teams will have 2 matches in this game week. So you might fancy playing triple captain or buying players from these teams. Already we can already buy 3 players from each team, so 12 out of your 15 players could be from these 4 teams. I would not personally do that, we'll come to that later. Let's talk about, so game week 30 fixture is here, as you can see. Lots of exciting fixtures, Man United Tottenham being the main highlight fixture for me personally. Obviously you've got the Merseyside derby as well, Man City and Arsenal tonight too, so it's going to be a very interesting game week. Let's start about the fixtures for game week 30 for the bigger teams, and we'll talk about the fixtures to come as well. So Arsenal will have City and Southampton in game week 30. The reason why I would not buy, I personally do not fancy buying Arsenal. I'll show you my team in a minute. Well, that is my team. As you can see, I have no Arsenal player in my team. The only Arsenal players you might fancy buying are Guendouzi probably as a cheap option in midfield, Bukayo Saka as well, Martinelli as a cheap option up front. You would expect him to get a lot of game time because of the 5 substitution rule, and some would say Aubameyang as well. I would personally go for Aguero. I know he's a little bit expensive as compared to Aubameyang, but then you're paying for the quality and the goals, right? So I would go for Aguero. Let's talk about Arsenal's remaining fixtures. City Southampton in game week 30. Next week they've got Norwich at home, then Wolves away, then Leicester at home, Brighton away, Tottenham away in the North London derby, then Liverpool at home, Aston Villa away, and then the final game week, Watford at home. So quite a bumpy run-in for Arsenal. They've got tough fixtures in City obviously this week, Wolves and Leicester as well 2 game weeks later. Then one game week after Leicester City, where they face Brighton in between, they have again got Tottenham and Liverpool. So personally I would not want to waste a lot of transfers on Arsenal players and my money as well. So as you can see, I have avoided Arsenal players totally in my 11. Next up we've got Chelsea. Chelsea will face Aston Villa in this game week. They've got a very difficult run in as well. They've got Villa this week away obviously, City at home next week. Actually, you might fancy buying Chelsea players, but my only concern is, will they leak goals? Yes, you can obviously buy Tammy Abraham. Goals conceded by Chelsea would not make a difference to him. I personally do not see him as a very great striker, so I've not opted for Tammy Abraham in my 11. They've got Villa away this week, City at home next week, then West Ham away, then Watford at home, then Palace away, Sheffield away, 2 away games continuously, so that's where you might fancy selling Chelsea players. Norwich at home, a very easy fixture, but then they've got 2 difficult fixtures in Liverpool away at Anfield and Wolves at home. Wolves obviously we know they are like a sponge, they'll soak up all the pressure and then just squirt it on your face. So I would not like, Mason Mount could be a very good option, but I may buy him at a later stage. Right now I've gone for Grealish because they've got a double game week. Let's talk about 2 Premier League champions, Liverpool. Everton away this week should not be a problem for them. In fact, considering the form they had before the lockdown was applied, you should buy Liverpool players. I've gone for 3 of them. Alexander-Arnold and Virgil van Dijk, 2 defenders. You would expect them to keep a lot of clean sheets, and Trent would get you set pieces, assists as well, maybe a goal on a free kick. Van Dijk again, clean sheets, maybe even on a corner he could get an assist or a goal as well. So I've gone for Van Dijk. Pretty decent option. I mean, both of these, I would expect a lot of clean sheets. That's why I've gone for these two. They've got a great goalkeeper behind them as well, so that's not a problem. Origi, very interesting. The reason why I've gone for Origi is because he offered a cheap option upfront for me, and with the 5 substitutions rule, I would expect Klopp to rest some of his senior players, keep them for the out of the FA Cup as well. So yeah, I mean, I would expect Origi to play because next season could be here very soon. So I would fancy Klopp to make some changes, and Origi could be given some game time. Other options would be Ryan Brewster. I am not really sure if Klopp would play him. Another great option would be Origi. Shaqiri would be a great option. Oxlade-Chamberlain would be a good option in midfield. Shaqiri in midfield as well. So these are players you would expect to expect that Klopp gives them game time. Minamino would be a good option as well, but we've not seen enough of him to convince me to buy him right now. So Liverpool have got Everton away this week, then Palace at home, then City away, Villa at home, Brighton away, Burnley at home. Could be Burnley, we know they're like a badass team, but I mean Klopp's Liverpool are even more badass. So Arsenal at the Emirates next week. After that, Chelsea at home, and then the final fixture, Newcastle away. Again, with the quality that they do have with their form before the lockdown. I mean, I know the last few games they did stutter a little bit, like Watford away, Watford obviously, Atletico Madrid too. But then you would expect Liverpool to have lots of adrenaline coming into the Premier League run-in because they are going to win it. They do surely know that. So I've gone for 3 Liverpool players, maxed my limit there. Let's talk about Man City next. So again, Man City have a double game week. Arsenal and Burnley, both games are at home. So I would suggest that if you are not using bench boost, definitely use triple captain, because if things go as planned, there will not be another double game week for any team this season. So this is the time to use your triple captain, and I've gone for De Bruyne as my captain, Aguero being the vice captain. 2 of the most expensive players from Man City and proven quality as well. I would expect them to get lots of goals and assists. De Bruyne could get a few clean sheet points as well. So I've gone for De Bruyne and Aguero. I was thinking of going for Bernardo Silva or maybe defender. You really would not want to buy a Man City defender because of their struggling backline. Yes, Laporte is back from injury, but then you've got cheaper options in these 3 or better options in the Liverpool defense. So I would not go for a Man City defender. City have got Arsenal, Burnley at home this week. They've got a quite difficult run-in early on as well. So keep an eye out for that. Arsenal, Burnley at home, as I said. Chelsea away next week. Liverpool at home the week after that. Then Southampton away. Newcastle home. Brighton away. Bournemouth home. Watford away. And finally Norwich at home. So after the Liverpool game, they've got a very easy run of fixtures. I would keep these 2 players for the long run. I would not sell them for the next game week. Keep these players for a couple of game weeks. You'd still expect them to bag a goal or an assist against Chelsea and Liverpool. So I would suggest De Bruyne and Aguero should be your top picks for the Premier League remaining fixtures. Let's come to Man United, and as you can see, no bias there. I've gone for 3 Man United players. Tony Martial, who scores again. Bruno Fernandes, the January transfer who has blown apart the Premier League. He was given the player of the month for February. So he's an outstanding signing. He's done so well. Changed things around for Manchester United. Changed their fortunes completely. And Marcus Rashford, their top scorer in the Premier League before he got injured in mid-January. He had 14 goals, and at that time he was the leading goal scorer in the Premier League. So I've gone for him, and he's a personal favourite of mine as well. Also, Bruno Fernandes and Rashford would, I believe, the 2 first choice penalty kick takers for Man United. So if United do get a lot of penalties, these 2 you would expect them to get on the score sheet. Bruno Fernandes, Rashford, again, both of these take free kicks too. Bruno Fernandes and I mean, since Bruno Fernandes is there, Rashford you would not expect Rashford to take corners, but then again these two players are going to get a lot of points in my opinion. That's why I've gone for those two. So let's talk about United's fixtures. They've got Spurs away just after resumption, just a couple of days away from right now. Sheffield United at home could be a difficult fixture, but with the quality that they have in Fernandes, Pogba back from injury as well, Rashford back from injury too, I would expect them to comfortably beat Sheffield United. Then Brighton away, easy fixture. Bournemouth at home should be easy as well. Villa away, again very easy fixture. Southampton at home, easy. Palace away could be a bit tricky, but then again their recent form has been absolutely amazing. I would not consider dropping any of my United players unless they do get injured. After Palace they've got West Ham at home, and then on the final game week Leicester City away. So United, I think if you want to buy 3 players from any club for the remaining game weeks, I would suggest you buy players from United. They've got Spurs is the only Big Six team that they have to face, which will be done in the first game week after resumption, and they've got Leicester City. If you consider them to be a difficult opponent, they've got Leicester City in the last game week. So in the game weeks between Spurs and Leicester, you could utilize the full attacking philosophy that Solskjaer has and go for 2 or more players from Man United. Let's talk about the last component of the Big Six, Spurs. Spurs have got United at home, West Ham at home after that, Sheffield away, Everton at home, Bournemouth away, Arsenal at home, Newcastle away, Leicester at home again, and not again, I mean obviously, Palace away on the last game week. But the only players, 1 or 2 players I would buy from Spurs would be Harry Kane. But again, he's just recovered from an injury, and we've seen from him in the previous seasons, whenever he's coming back from injury, he's not done great. So again, I would stay away from Kane. If you want to buy Son, that would be a good option as well. Some would say Bergwijn would be a good option too. I'm not too sure about that. I've got safer players, much more guaranteed to get points players, so I would stick with them. If you want to, obviously we cannot buy all the players from the Big Six, so let's talk about the smaller clubs right now. I would say avoid Norwich, because Norwich will be facing Chelsea. They've got City, and they've got Spurs. Not Spurs. Yeah, they've got Chelsea and City. So I would say stay away from Norwich. If you want to buy Norwich players, Cantwell, obviously I've gone for Cantwell because in the smaller games he can make a difference. Timo Pukki would be another great option for them too. Avoid Norwich defenders is what I'm trying to say. Emi Buendia would be another good choice as well, around £5, so you could go for him too. Leicester City, I would say avoid the expensive players from Leicester City like Jamie Vardy, like Maddison, because Leicester City will be facing Arsenal, not Liverpool, not Chelsea. They'll be facing United as well and Spurs too. And Maddison, he's not really made much of a difference. I mean, Grealish has better stats than Maddison this season, so stay away from Maddison. If you want a striker, definitely you could go for Vardy, and they have a pretty solid defense. I've gone for Soyuncu. If you do have around 5.5 million, you could go for Ben Chilwell as well. Stay away from Aston Villa, definitely. They do not have a very good backline. I mean, the only reason I have Grealish is because they have a double game week. I would look at moving him on after this week. Villa will be facing Arsenal, Liverpool, United and Spurs. Not Spurs, sorry. Yeah, so 3 difficult fixtures for them too. So I would say stay away from Villa. Grealish could be the only player you might want to buy from Villa. Next up, we've got Watford. Watford will be facing Arsenal, Chelsea, City as well, and yeah, that's it. So they have 3 difficult fixtures again. Watford, I'm not really sure if you would want to buy any player. Maybe the winger that came from Barcelona, I forget his name, Deulofeu, yeah, Gerard Deulofeu. that could be an option for you if you want to buy any Watford players. I would say stay away. Their goalkeeper Ben Foster, I believe, or Fraser Foster, one of them two, would be a good option. He does get a lot of saves because of Watford's weak defense. So that is the only player you would want to buy from Watford. Next up, let's talk about Crystal Palace. Sorry. Obviously, I've got Kelly from Palace, very cheap option, and he does get a few points for Palace as well. So I'm quite happy with him. They'll be facing Chelsea, Liverpool, and United, and Spurs as well. So 4 difficult fixtures from the 9 remaining. So you would want to typically stay away from Palace. I've just gone for Kelly as the player I would keep on the bench, who allows me more funds to buy the other players who would be in my main 11, starting 11. So that's the only player you would want to buy from Crystal Palace. Let's talk about Brighton now. Brighton will be facing Arsenal, not Chelsea, Liverpool. They will be facing City as well, United too. So again, 4 difficult fixtures. Again, stay away from Brighton players. You might fancy buying Dunk in defense, but then again, with 4 difficult fixtures out of 9, Dunk is available at 4.2, I believe. So again, if you want to save funds, maybe Dunk could be a good option for you. I would stay away from him though completely. Bournemouth players. Bournemouth again, they do have a fairly difficult run in, and they've not been doing very well if you look at their Premier League table. They are fighting relegation. I think they are 18th or 17th right now, with a game more played, with an extra game played over Aston Villa. So stay away from Bournemouth players. Bournemouth will be facing Spurs, United, City, and yeah, that's about it for Bournemouth. So again, I would say Nathan Ake might be the only player you want to buy. Callum Wilson could be another player too. So those are the only 2 players you might fancy buying from Bournemouth. But look out for the arrangement for the order in which Bournemouth will be facing these teams. They will be playing United and Spurs consecutively, and before and City towards the end. So again, I would not go for any Bournemouth player right now, and that's why I do not have any Bournemouth player in my starting 11 or in my 15. Sorry, yeah. Southampton, again, I think they've done fairly well this season. Ralph Hasenhüttl has recovered them, helped them recover from fighting relegation, prevented them from fighting for relegation. Again, it's a mid-table team. It's not exactly going to save funds for you, and they're a team that would concede less and score less. So there's not much of a point buying Southampton players. Southampton though, if you do want to know the fixtures, they'll be facing Arsenal in this game week, City after 3 or 4 game weeks, and no other difficult fixtures for them. So again, Southampton, I will leave this up to you. If you do want to buy any Southampton players, it's completely your choice. Final team to avoid from the smaller teams is West Ham. West Ham will be facing Chelsea in 2 game weeks time, United in the second last game week, and Spurs in the game week after this one, in game week 31. So again, I would particularly stay away from any West Ham players. No player has done well for West Ham. Haller, Sebastian Haller, whatever. I would have expected at the start of the season, for the amount that they paid for him, you would have expected him to score a few goals, like 10, 12 goals for them. He is not lived up to the expectations. West Ham, I would not. Mikel Antonio could be the only ray of hope for West Ham. So you might, the only player again you might want to buy from West Ham is Mikel Antonio, in my opinion. And I know that some of the smaller clubs give us very affordable options in various positions. So let's talk about Everton firstly. Everton have been doing fairly well this season, and Carlo Ancelotti and Duncan Ferguson have given them a new. It's like a new season started for them when Duncan Ferguson arrived. They've been doing very well since then. Obviously, the United game is one that springs to mind where they could have won it, but VAR being VAR. So Everton players you might want to buy. Richarlison would be definitely a player that a lot of Everton fans will buy, and you would. He's been their star man, so why not buy Richarlison if you want to buy an Everton player? His cost is the only concern that I have. 8.3 pounds. You could get Martial for that, Bernardo Silva just under that, and Mahrez at 7.5. So again, Richarlison, his price tag is way too much for me. So I would stay away from Richarlison, and that's why I did not take him for game week 30 and the game weeks ahead as well. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, a very strong option in the front line. 6.5 pounds is his price. Again, he's been doing very well alongside Richarlison ever since the arrival of Duncan Ferguson. Could be a good option. 6.5, you would get Jota around that. Pukki for the same price, and I think around 7.1 or 7.2 you will get Jimenez too. So if you have funds, Calvert-Lewin is probably not the best option. And Mason Holgate, the final man in defense. Mason Holgate, Lucas Digne, both these two could be good options for them in the back line. But then again, I do have worries about our Everton's defense, like Sidibe, and their goalkeeper Pickford has been very error prone. So I would stay away from Everton defenders, barring Holgate and Digne obviously. Burnley. Obviously, I've got a Burnley player in Nick Pope. He has the most number of clean sheets for any Premier League player, goalkeeper obviously, this season. And that is exactly why I have him in my team. Two strong goalkeepers in Henderson and Pope. Pope obviously very in great form. He does make a lot of saves. I think he has the highest saves per game ratio. So definitely a keeper you should buy. And it's a cheaper option as compared to your Alissons, Edersons, De Gea's. So again, Nick Pope, a very strong choice. Again, to save funds, if you want to buy a defender from Burnley, Tarkowski could be one. But then again, if you are keeping him on the bench, you obviously are going to find cheaper options in defense. So just look out for that. Wolves. Wolves have been doing extremely well this season. They have retained their form from last season. Nuno Espirito Santo, man. What a season they've had, and I personally thought after last season, they're just a one-season wonder. It's very boring football. Will they really manage to continue their form, their success in the Premier League? They have done so. They do get a lot of points, like the players definitely. Wolves have a very strong backline. Cody would be Cody, Bowley and Saiss. Three players you might like. These are three options you might consider if you want to buy a defender. Obviously, you've got Ruben Neves in midfield and Diogo Jota and Jimenez in the front line. Jota would be available around 6.5, 6.7. Jimenez half a pound more than that. So again, very strong options if you are considering buying a Wolves forward. And it saves some money on strikers like Rashford, Abraham, Firmino as well. So keep an eye out for them. Jimenez, obviously, he has become an FPL favourite since last season, so you would want to buy him. Moving on to Sheffield United, double game week and a fair few players that have been doing very well for them. Henderson obviously one. I bought him in, I did use this reshuffle very well. Two strong goalkeepers, 4 or 5 strong defenders. I think it's a very all-rounded team in my opinion. Considering the 5 subs rule, Origi would get a lot of play time as well. So Sheffield United, players you might want to buy, Lundstram definitely would be one, Fleck in midfield and Henderson in goal. Henderson I think has the second highest saves per game ratio. So again a keeper that you should be buying. Not saying this because he is a United loanee, but I think he should be England's number one. It's about time you remove Pickford from between the sticks. Henderson should definitely be a goalkeeper you should buy. Cheaper option again to De Gea, Alisson, Ederson and Lloris too. Moving on to the final team that I'm a bit dicey about this personally. Newcastle United. Again, 1 or 2 players that you might want to buy from Newcastle. Their goalkeeper Martin Dubravka. He has a very good saves to game ratio as well. He's been their star he's been a ray of hope for them this season. And in the front line, Alan Saint Maximin. He's one of those players that the streets will never forget. He's that kind of a player. Total baller in my opinion. And cheaper option, I think he's around 6.5. So again, a player you would want to go. Sorry, coming back to Wolves, Adama Traore, man. How could I forget Adama Traore? I think the name and the first image of him speaks so much about him. I do not have to explain much how much Adama Traore has been making a difference for Man City, for Wolves. He obviously did back the goal against Man City at the Etihad. So I think Adama Traore is definitely another player you would want to consider. So that is it from today's video. If you so players that I would recommend: Henderson and Lundstram, cheaper options from Sheffield. Fleck again, like I've mentioned. I think this is a very all-rounded team. I've gone for triple captain with De Bruyne as my captain, Aguero the vice captain, and I would expect this team to get around 75-80 points, even upwards. I mean, United players, 3 United players. Spurs have a very fragile backline, so I would expect at least 2 of these 3 players to get around 8 to 10 points. City obviously have a double game week, similarly with Sheffield United players too. Grealish has a double game week, so again I would expect him to get 8 to 10 points, or the more the better, obviously the more the merrier. So again, Grealish is a strong choice. Cantwell is a money saving option for me simply, and he does play well for Norwich in the smaller games. Martial, Fernandes already covered. Origi, 5 substitutions rule, he would benefit from this rule. Greenwood and Martinelli would benefit from this rule as well. But again, Martinelli is an Arsenal player, so I did not really want to buy him. And I cannot buy Greenwood because I have already got 3 United players. Trent and Van Dijk, man, 2 of the best defenders in the Premier League. So I've gone for Trent and Van Dijk. Robertson, I think, is slightly much more expensive than Alexander-Arnold. And Trent, he does get much more involved in the free kick. If you remember the free kick goal he scored earlier this season, pass to Mo Salah, short quick pass to Mo Salah back to Trent, and Trent got that top corner finish. So that is why I've gone for Trent. Van Dijk again a strong option. Soyuncu, sort of a money saving option. Let's see how it pans out. You would not really know until you give the player a chance. So Soyuncu, he did quite well for Leicester before the lockdown as well. So that's why I've gone for Soyuncu. Pope and Henderson obviously speak for themselves. So that is my 11. 15, sorry. That is my 15. And on the bench for this game week, I have Pope, Kelly, Cantwell, and Soyuncu. Yeah. So let me know how that 11 is. Do let me know your 15 or 11 for this game week in the comment section as well. Thank you for watching. Stay home, stay safe.